welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, I know. We're here currently in the city of Beverly Hills. Gonna do a little car spotting today. Wanted to get out of the house. I was just kind of in there, not really rotting away, but just kind of bored out of my mind. So I wanted to get out and do some stuff. So I was like, why not car spot? See if there's any good cars out today. Maybe we can photograph some cars. Maybe we'll run into some friends. Who knows? Today's video is going to be different. I actually wanted to make this video as like an introduction to myself, like for you guys to get to know me on a personal basis, why I started YouTube, how I got into the car scene, stuff like that. So if you don't know, for those who don't know, hi, my name is Ryan. My real name is Ryan. I'm 23 years old, living in sunny SoCal, California right now. And this is a personal blog about me. Sorry, heads up, if the camera's a little shaky, I'm sorry. The roads here in California are not the best, and I'm filming this on my iPhone because I found a phone holder that I can actually have view this way, so that way I can film myself talking to you instead of holding a giant fucking camera in my face. If I vlog on that camera, which I do, I usually film it in first person, so you don't really see much of me, which I mean, it's okay. So I've been doing YouTube now for, I want to say about almost a year now. It doesn't feel like it's been a year. That's the funny part. The reason why I got into YouTube is because of my long history with loving cars. Like, I love cars for days. Whether it's your 90s Japanese, domestic cars, European sports cars, hypercars, German cars, any type of car, I like it. Even full-fledged race cars, dragsters, Formula One, stuff like that. Like, I'm just a fan of the whole spectrum. What really got me started on cars was my dad. You know, back when I was really little, you know, he had a bunch of cars. He had he's more into like the old school, classic American muscle, hot rods, stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I love me some hot rods too. I'm not like a really big fan into it, but I do when I see like a 57 Chevy Nomad or a 69 Chevelle or anything like that, or a rat rod, you know, it's cool. It's cool to see that. But my main focus that I personally partake are hypercars, older supercars like the Murcielago, the Ferrari F355, Jaguar XJ220, just to name a few. Like, those are my top favorite cars from the retro area, or the era, I should say. And you know, I kind of like a lot of modern supercars too, but so what really started me off with cars was my dad getting me into them, and then over the course of my life, you know, playing, I think anybody who is into cars, you know, has always played any type of racing game, whether it be Gran Turismo, Need for Speed, especially my favorite, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. That's still my favorite, and I wish they would make a remake of that. Like, most of the game would be original, but just add some customization and some new cars and this and that. But anyway, after all that, growing up in the car scene, going to car shows and stuff, I bought my first car, which is the car I currently drive, which is a 2018 Honda Civic hatchback. Fell in love with the car when I first went to go look at the dealership. After all that, you know, just slowly been putting mods onto it. Kind of not really modding it for more speed, but kind of just like my own personal style and taste a little bit. But overall, it's been a good car. I've had this thing for almost 5 years now. I can't believe I've owned this thing for 5 years. Bumps. But what really started me into getting into like the photography and YouTube aspect of cars is one of my friends. We don't really talk anymore, but we still keep tabs on each other here and there. Or if we see each other in passing, you know, we'll hang out, we'll talk about cars. Her name's Tamar, and her Instagram is at She Shoots Cars. Me and a couple other buddies were up in Angeles Crest, just kind of, could you like move over, please? Jeez. People don't know how to fucking drive. We were up in Angeles Crest, just kind of doing a, kind of like a drive, like a small Civics drive, because we all had Honda Civics. I had my hatchback, my other buddy had a Type R, and my other friend had a SI sedan. And we were just racing in the canyons, you know, goofing off. And all of a sudden, she was snapping photos of our cars when we were coming past Newcombs. Because we had a long day. We were starting to go home and everything. And she sent us the photos. I'm like, oh, these are really cool. And she's a great photographer. Like, absolutely high-tier quality stuff. You know? So I reached out, got in touch with her, and started having my car on photo shoots and stuff like that. Then I got into the photography scene because I started following Ryan, RMG Autos, Drake, DCO Photography, another friend of mine, Ryan, says RJP Cars on Instagram. And these guys have like top tier photography skills. Like, I'm nowhere near these guys. And I've followed them for a couple years, and it really just triggered something to go, why don't I take photos of cars? You know, I love cars. I started to love photography because it was interesting, the demographic that started to roll my way. You know, other people who had different cameras, other people who showed interest in cars, and it turned into a whole thing. Now I just recently hit like 1,020 followers on Instagram on my photography page, which is a huge milestone. Never thought I would ever see the day that I would reach over 1,000 followers. And for every single one of you, thank you, because it just grows my passion to come out here and film and take photos of some really badass cars. But yeah, so all of that being said, now that I've started my photography page and this and that, this was a while ago, I started, actually I think it was Gordon, F-Spot, if you know him on his YouTube channel, shout out to him. He actually gave me the idea of starting a YouTube channel. We were talking one day and he was like, why don't you start a channel? And I was like, I never really thought of that, because I didn't really see myself as a more open, you know, talking to like a camera. I'm really shy when it comes to public speaking or talking in front of a crowd. You know, if I'm talking to my camera and I just have like this weird demeanor that people think I'm fucking weird. Like, why is this guy talking to his camera and this and that? But after doing YouTube for almost a year now, I've kind of just gotten over the fear of judgment and what other people think. And it's just like, I don't care what they think. Cool, they see a guy with a camera, you know, he's talking to it, he's vlogging. It's all settled in now, so I'm more used to just talking and rambling and having people just watch me for no reason in the middle of the street, filming cars and this and that. But yeah, so after he suggested that, I was like, you know what, why not? Because, you know, my Instagram was taking off. You know, I had a lot of support from friends and followers who are on my Instagram. And so I finally made a YouTube channel, and I named it exactly as my Instagram, Pretzels Exotics. And how SLS convertible. We'll probably do some car spotting too, but this is more like a kind of focused on who I am and this and that, and how I came to be and where I'm going to the future. So what was I talking? Basically, how I got my name was my last name is Weitzel, but it's a German last name, so it's pronounced Weitzel. So instead of a W, it's a V, how the German pronunciation of it is. And ever since I was a kid, ever since I was born, you know, with the Weitzel last name, during school and all that, people would call me Wetzel's Pretzels, because there is a pretzel store named Wetzel's Pretzels. And the nickname just kind of stuck. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm the pretzel kid, you know. Everybody will joke with me and this and that and be like, oh, you own the pretzel place, right? And I'm like, I wish. If I owned that pretzel joint, I would be like a multi-billionaire, because it's a good gig, you know, selling pretzels, Wetzel's Pretzels. And they're good pretzels. I've had their pretzels. You know, I've even made jokes with some of the employees that work there, because I'll tell them my last name and they're like, oh my God, do you own this? I'm like, no, I wish, but it's close to my last name. Anyway, so I came up with that for my Instagram and my YouTube page, because the exotics part is, you know, cars are exotic. A lot of cars are exotic, like, you know, the supercars, hypercars, the retro supercars, the retro hypercars, JDM cars, race cars, Indy cars, Formula One cars, LMP2, every kind of car that's like historic, iconic, or just flat out fucking crazy is an exotic car to me. So I put those two together, and then Pretzels Exotics became what it is today. And, you know, it's been fun. You know, I hope to see this thing out for as long as I can do YouTube for, you know, hopefully forever. I would like to do it full time. That would be cool, you know, but I have a full-time job right now. So, kind of been taking more time into that job than doing this and filming and everything, but that's all in a different video. I explained everything as to why I've been taking so much time off and this and that. But for now, you know, just slowly easing my way back into it. Love filming cars, love taking photos of cars. Probably my favorite photo I've taken recently was I want to say it was a replica Maserati 450S. It was based off of the original 1975 Le Mans winning 450S. Like, the whole car looks identical to the race car variant, but it's street legal. And I seen it in the back lots of Beverly Hills. I was driving around car spotting and I spotted it. I was like, this shot in this parking lot with this car would just be absolutely insane. And I did. I took some photos of the car, and Lord behold, it became one of my favorite cars. I got so much praise on it for, you know, the detail, the quality, this and that, and it just made me so happy, because I'm making other people happy by the photos that I take. Like, just, they're so enthused, you know, and it really puts a smile on my face that people enjoy the content that I create for them. And that's why I'm still here today doing, okay, you don't need to flash your lights at me. As she literally almost runs into another car. This Lexus behind me is like up my ass, because the light literally turned green for 1 second and she's so impatient. So yeah, back onto YouTube. Where I would like to be in the future is, hopefully, you know, I would love to hit the 10,000 subscriber milestone, so that way I can actually start getting paid for the content that I create, you know, to kind of help with like a secondary and a third branch of income, you know, would be nice. And hopefully in the future, maybe some merch. I don't know. Should I make my own stuffed animal? Should I make a t-shirt? Should I make something? That'd be kind of cool. I feel like everybody's made, if anybody is everybody who's went into YouTube, they've made merch of some way, shape, and form, you know. So maybe in the future I make some, but we shall see. So now we are officially in the city of Beverly Hills, and let the car spotting begin. Like you heard earlier, I seen an SLS. It wasn't a Gullwing, which is probably my favorite Mercedes, is the SLS Gullwing, but it was an SLS convertible, or a roadster per se. So yeah, so the photography thing has been really good. I love, car photography is like my main thing. Like, that's my main thing to shoot, is cars, or photograph is cars. But I'm also starting to try and branch out into different segments of photography, like landscaping photography and portrait photography, or headshots, stuff like that. But overall, it's been pretty fun doing this. I've gotten to meet a lot of people, gotten to create some cool content, gotten to see some cool cars. Like, what was it? Last year, Huntington Beach was Cars and Copters. Amazing event. I've gotten to see so many cars that I never thought I'd see in my entire life. Like Dan's Pagani Cinque and Tricolore. I've never seen any of those Paganis in real life. I've seen them in photos, but I've never seen them in person. And he brought both of them that day. It was a really cool thing, and getting to share it with everybody made it 10 times better. Just reading the comments of how excited people were to see those cars, and were like, oh, you're so lucky you get to see those cars and this and that. They'll thank me for sharing these videos, and because a lot of people, where they live, they don't have access to, seeing cars like this. So them having a branch through my channel to be able to see stuff is pretty cool. I get to give to people who are not really able to see cars like this or experience this part of the world, but okay. I'm trying to think of where I was going to go from here. Like, with this whole video, I know this was a whole thing on getting to know me and this and that, but I've really basically touched up on most of that. Oh, what is that? Ooh, nice truck. I don't know if you can see that back there, but right back there, that truck that just passed my head, that was nice. It's like silver too. We get some good classic cars down here as well, which are really cool to see, like some classic Impalas, stuff like that. But yeah. Alrighty, well, that was kind of to be expected. Sometimes it's a miss 50-50 chance if there are going to be cars or if there isn't going to be any. I did see a Nardo Gray 675 LT, so that was pretty cool. The 675 LT is probably one of my favorite McLarens besides the P1. That was pretty much all that was there. It was just that I did a full, like a normal loop that I usually do, and there just wasn't anything. And it's only been half an hour, maybe, but that's to be expected on Sundays. Sometimes it is a little light on Sundays, but yeah, so we're just gonna leave Beverly and probably go back home, relax, and then get work on Monday. Ooh, so that should be fun. You guys don't need to go the speed limit. This is probably my favorite section of Sunset. It's like sweeping S turns, but it sucks when you have regular traffic and you just can't you can't go a little over the speed limit past them because they're so afraid of doing over the speed limit. So you're just kind of stuck behind them, and then trying to get around them is hard because there's always traffic coming behind you. Oh, that's actually, 911 Turbo. That's actually a really nice one. Hold on. Now we got a Ferrari coming up. I think it's a 488 or 458. Oh, it's a pista. Red pista. Let's kind of chase him down. Just a little bit. There you go. Sorry the camera's shaking. I'm on the iPhone again. 488 pista on Montana plates. There you go. hope that got caught on camera. Those flames are huge. Look at that. Probably my favorite Ferrari, if I have to say. The 488 Pista is an absolute timeless classic. Off the 458, which is my favorite naturally aspirated Ferrari. But the sound, just listen to it. Oh, and a 430 just drove by. F430 Spider. We'll kind of stay behind him for a little bit. It's in a nice resale red with the red black top on it. I don't know where he's going. Oh, he's going straight. Okay. We'll kind of follow him for a bit, see what he does. He might be getting on the freeway this way. They just sound so good. They sound really good. And there it goes. That was fucking cool. Oh, he just popped a little bit. I probably could have followed him on the freeway. I didn't want to keep following him. The couple pulls that he did were cool, but I hope you heard that through the tunnel. He went under the bridge. What is that car? The Honda had like... You could still hear the echo of his car on the freeway. Wow. That was that was spectacular to hear. Yeah, this is... I want to say this is the different way to get onto the 14. Yeah, we got a little bridge. There. Kind of my pull. My little 4-cylinder doesn't sound too good, but I mean, with the right exhaust, it sounds pretty good. But we might do a little pull. I don't know. We'll see how it sounds. But that 488 Pista, man, that was something else. I want to say those are twin turbo V6s, making about almost 700 something horsepower. So those are always a treat to listen to, especially when they have custom turbos, or they have a full titanium exhaust with LAPD with a whole kit in it. It makes it sound so much better. And what's that behind me? 911 just pulled up behind me. The 911s sound good too. They're twin turbo flat 6s. Those sound nice. Oh, there's LAPD again. He's just kind of turning around. And there he goes. Okay. This light is taking forever to turn green. Now he's just sitting here. What is he doing? That's probably going to do it for today's video. I enjoyed that Pista. Close. Yeah, that 488 Pista was something else. That sounded so good. Hopefully you guys caught the echo of him going under the tunnel or the overpass. That sounded good. But that's probably going to do it for today's video. Not much really went on in Beverly. Besides that one Ferrari, cool. Just typical BMWs not using their blinkers. That's cool. But yeah, if you liked today's video about me personally telling you who I am and getting to know me a little bit more, press the like button. If you want to see more content, subscribe. You know, maybe I might sell some, maybe I might have some merch coming in the future. I don't know. I'll have to get that all designed and whatnot. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's something different. I know it's a little bit more on like the vlogging personal style instead of just vlogging for cars. But we might do more of these in the future if I get good. If you guys like it, you know, and you comment and tell me that you like it and this and that, or you don't like it and you like to see something else, please comment down below. Let me know if you guys liked it. If you didn't, tell me what you would like me to change, or if you would like me to just stick to strictly car-based vlogs and stuff like that. Again, sorry, the camera on this is not the best, especially when on California freeways. But without further ado, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for getting to know me a little bit more, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.